Hey guys, so it has been a long time since we've done a video, and especially a video like this, and I wanted to do one that was my night routine. I've been coming up with a lot of content ideas, especially for this semester, so I, like, fingers crossed, palms together, will be making more content because I have a whole list of ideas, which that's always the part that like I get bogged down in, is like coming up with videos to make, what would be interesting, and then I like psych myself out of like nothing that's gonna be interesting. But you're interesting, so I'm interesting, and we'll be interesting together. But tonight we are going to do a night routine. And I'm very excited because I have really come to love my night routine, and I'm finally back like in something because the summer really messes me up with like not really having a consistent schedule anymore, especially like still trying to figure out like full-time work or whatever I'm gonna do. I'm not sure yet because I am going into my last semester of classes for my MBA, and then in the spring I'm doing like this mentor like internship, but it's not an internship. It's confusing. I'm still confused about it. So this is gonna be my last semester of classes, so a lot of my upcoming like my content ideas revolve around that, finishing school, but also like getting into work and all of that kind of thing. But I've finally gotten back my routine, so we're gonna do it together tonight. I have really gotten into making tea before bed, so I am going to make my tea for tonight. I have started putting cherry juice in it, and I talk about this later in the video. I really do think that cherry juice looks exactly like what they give to Bella in Breaking Dawn. It is the darkest red and the thickest juice that you will ever put in a tea or in any other juice. I use spearmint tea. I do like this. It's very fresh and it mixes really well with the cherry. I have some other teas that I like as well, but I've really been getting into spearmint. Okay, so while we let that steep, I actually don't do a lot of like my skincare in the bathroom unless I'm like washing my face. But that's mostly because my TV is right there, and that's why I put this mirror here, is because I like to watch my show while I get ready for bed, and I like to watch the news in the morning while I get ready. So I actually have a lot of my skincare here on the counter because I don't use this counter to cook. Just my skincare. So I like to start with, this is actually the Sephora micellar water, but it's like micellar milk. It's amazing. The Bioma like toner milk absolutely changed my world, and I have really dry skin, so this has just been like a game changer for me because I actually like, I really enjoy micellar water, but sometimes I find it to be very drying, and because I already have dry skin, it's just not helpful. So I like to start with this just to make sure that like I'm getting off the day, especially if I wear makeup into the office. I like to get it off before I do an actual like cleanser cleanse, but also just to make sure that my skin is still like, it's not gonna be super dry when I go to wash it. So I like to start with that. Another reason I don't come into my bathroom to do skincare is I think this light is so aggressive. It's just, it hurts my eyes. But the top three things that I'm gonna do while I'm in here, oh my gosh. Okay, so I have like a set order of this. Like I do this both in the morning and at night. It has to be in this order. I put in or take out my contacts, then I brush my teeth, then I wash my face. And I do that in the morning and at night. So we're gonna take my contacts out. I think this is super nasty. I don't even like looking at myself when I like put in or take out my contacts, so I'm not going to do it on video. And then I, like, between you and me, I kind of think that all, like, lens solution is the same. So this is the cheapest one that I found recently. This one's from Target. And it was super, super cheap. I change out my lens case every time I get solution, and this one is purple. Usually the ones I use are green. But then I brush my teeth. This is a toothbrush from Target. It comes in a pack of 2. They're $1 each. I stock up on them because I'm so concerned they're going to raise their price from $1, but also because sometimes I can't find them in stock. And then the toothpaste I use is actually Trader Joe's toothpaste. It's not like flavored or scented or anything, which I actually really, really enjoy, because sometimes I think that mint toothpaste is so overwhelmingly mint. And if I want to be overwhelmingly mint on my way to work, I'll just chew gum. So then I'm going to wash my face. And I know I've talked about the face cleanser that I used before, but I love the Youth to the People, their green tea. I've used this probably since middle school, I think. I think there was one time I switched to the Laneige blue, I think it's Water Bank cleanser, and I used it for a while, but I've used this for years. Like, you can tell by the bottle, I have like hair dye on it. But this is a favorite. Okay, then in terms of like actual skincare, I like to keep it really simple. So I do have the Bioma toner. This is not the only toner that I'll use. I sometimes get really bad hormonal acne, and so I will use the Cosrx AHA BHA toner. I haven't found it to be like super, super helpful, but it makes me feel like I'm doing something. So I like it for that, to like feel like I'm doing something. And then I am still using the Numbuzin 9 toner. I love it so much. I am really enjoying the Bioma though, so I don't know if I would get the Numbuzin again. There's other products that I would get from them. Let me tell you about what I just pulled out, because I was focused on you and not on this. Next, I'm going to use the Cosrx Snail Essence. This stuff, this is probably my 5th bottle of it. I'm going to be so real with you. I've used it for 3 years now, which tells you how long their products last, actually. But I have used it, yeah, probably since 23, 24. It's probably been 2 or 3 years. But then with that, their moisturizer, I just bought more of this because your girl's been po. So I have not been able to buy any. So I was actually just using Vaseline, but this is very similar. It's a very light, but like a thick moisturizer, which that's generally my issue. Oh my gosh, I have the hair stuck in this moisturizer now. Oh, okay. But that's generally my issue with like night creams or like hydrating moisturizers, is they're so thick, and I can feel them on my skin. And it's like, okay, yeah, when I slug, sure, it's thick, it's Vaseline, but it's only one night, it's not all the time. It doesn't give me like a white cast or anything, like I feel like a lot of moisturizers do. So I love the Cosrx Snail Mucin. It's so good, and I feel like a little glazed donut without feeling like I'm glazed. Okay, so those are my 3 must-haves, is toner, then serum, moisturizer. here's where we get like a little funky. I have really gotten into doing eye patches at night. Right now I'm using the ABIB collagen eye patches. I actually used these earlier today, and I don't like using a product more than once. Like a special product like this. Now, like face cleanser, obviously I'm using that more than once, but like special products, I'm only going to use once every day. Like any type of eye patch, any type of face mask, I'm doing one. If I do a face mask, I'm either going to do Vaseline or the Summer Fridays Jet Lag. I actually really enjoy the Summer Fridays Jet Lag. On the plane, gorgeous, hands down, amazing. Now, at home, it kind of feels like hit or miss. And maybe that's just because I'm putting stuff under it. But I have stopped doing sheet masks. I actually was using the Biodense face masks, the ones that you leave on overnight. I was using those pretty consistently, like once a week, and they started breaking out so bad. Let's walk. Because the next thing I want to show you is not in here. But I guess it kind of is. But anyway, we can talk about face masks and eye patches and skincare products that I love and ones that don't love me in another video. So this is my reminder. If you're interested in that video, let me know in the comments, but I might make it anyway because I love talking about stuff like that. The next thing though that I always switch up is a lip care at night. So the ones that I keep in here are Summer Fridays. I love their poppy color. It's one of my favorites. Usually I use it in the morning. Sometimes I use it at night. Depends on how I'm feeling. One that I do pretty consistently use at night is Refi. This is their clear. I do have their rosewood color. It's on my desk, but this one is the clear. I really like it at night. But I've actually just come into the way of a new lip product, so let's walk. So I posted about this on my Instagram a few days ago. So if you missed it, it's okay. It's Instagram stories. It's fine. But I got a vanilla lip mask from Trader Joe's. One of my friends put me on this. It smells so good. I wish you could smell it through the camera. But it is so gorgeous. It's so nice. It's very similar to like the Vaseline lip masks. I really like it. I haven't used the Laneige lip masks enough recently to tell you whether or not it's a dupe. I used to use their lip masks back when like Laneige was super popular, so like 22, 23, and this feels so much better. Like the Laneige lip masks then were so like sticky, not sticky, but they just kind of felt like goo, and this feels like a chapstick that you've just put in a pot rather than in a stick. So I do really like this one. It's been a favorite, especially at night, and it has really like no color, so I really like it. It smells like vanilla, but I don't think it's like super overpowering. So then for the rest of the night, I'm gonna go get in my jams, read my book, and drink my tea. So in case I don't edit it in, I have cherry juice and spearmint tea. And the reason I do that is cherry juice has natural melatonin in it, and I can't take melatonin gummies. They put me to sleep and I don't wake up out of them. So I sleep for about 16 to 20 hours with a melatonin gummy, and I have to work tomorrow, so I can't do that. So a little bit of cherry juice is just enough. It helps me go right to sleep. And then the spearmint tea is for my PCOS. Spearmint tea is really good for testosterone levels. So if you have PCOS or PMOS, which is what they call it now, you know, spearmint tea could be something that could be really good for you. I also just think it smells really good and it settles my stomach. So I do switch between that and lemon ginger tea. Lemon ginger is especially for if I had something heavy for dinner or something like that. But I also really like to do lymphatic drainage before I go to bed. So at the collarbone, and then, you know, through the face as well, to clear out my sinuses, but especially at the collarbone and down the stomach. Helps me just like feel really good before going to bed. But then I am going to read. Let me grab my book, I'll show you. I have been making my way through Midnight Sun. I'm on the 4th chapter. You can't tell. It doesn't look like I've read anything. Also, I did take my contacts out. I generally don't wear my glasses when I go to bed because there's not much distance. And I think it's farsighted. I can't see far away. So like I can see well enough to get around. But like I can't see anything on the TV, like if there was something playing. But anyway, that's not important. But I am making my way through this. I finally finished every other book in the series. This one is certainly a time to get through. Because I am done with the Twilight series, I really may start getting back into the reading wraps because I did enjoy Twilight. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. But anyway, that's gonna be the rest of my night. I'm gonna go pop in my pajamas and go get into bed to finish reading, or to be reading for the night, and wind down with some tea. But I really appreciate you guys joining me. I'm super excited to start this fall semester. Last semester of my classes, so I have tons of video ideas to take you along with me as we finish up school and really get into the workplace. And I'm so excited to hang out with you guys some more this semester. I hope you all have a good night.